here with Texas Veteran Power Outdoors. So what I'm working on here is an old McCulloch Super 1010. Now I have a couple of 1010s. I have this one, which is the Super. There's a Pro Mac 1010, Mac 1010. I have another Pro Mac 1010. So I got about 4 of them. I purchased some of these, just various places really. Sometimes they're in real bad shape like that guy is over there. Sometimes they're in good shape like this. This one's from the early 60s. Does not come with the chain brake. That didn't come out till I think maybe mid or late 60s, early 70s, something like that. I don't remember, but around that time frame. So these 1010s are going to have a 54cc engine. I don't know what the difference is between the Super 1010 and a Pro Mac 1010, but we can look it up online. So what we're doing with this guy, now this guy was pretty clean. As you can see here, when I got it in, it was, this guy was clean. So that's the carburetor there. We put some fuel in it. We did get it started yesterday. We had to adjust the high and the low jets all the way down, and then full rotation counterclockwise, and then adjust them from there. I still need to do a little bit more, but one of the things that we noticed when we tried to put on the side plate is this little bolt here was further inside. And I've already pulled some of it out, and I was thinking maybe it might have broken off. That's not likely, because normally those types of things don't happen, but I went ahead and took the plate off. This right here is where the bar and chain oil goes, so we can do that. What we found inside, as I said, was this piece right here. This piece right here, which is the back side to this nut. Now this is a square head, and then there's a top part there, like a little shoulder, and then there's not one on the bottom, but on the top. You don't really need one on top and bottom if it's a square head. So what looks like happened is it just poked its way back, and so we're going to go ahead and give it a slight turn so this top piece right here is level and it can slide on in. And then whenever we nut on there to fasten our side plate on for our pull rope and chain, we want to make sure we don't push it in. And I think that's what happened over time, and maybe the person didn't know how to fix that. These old machines, you can fix all these guys. They're not hard, it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of know-how. Here's the old filter here. Let's go ahead and see if we can get that screw or that bolt pulled back out, because I want to use it. Okay, so there we go. That's it. That's all we did. So what we ended up doing is this little shoulder here, we just took a pair of pliers, grabbed it here, just gave it that little turn. That way it was flat, and then we used a pair of pliers, pinched it here, and it pushed it right back in. So I don't think there's going to be any more problems out of that. But knock on wood, right? There's the inside. The inside looks pretty clean. I'm happy with it. I did check the oil pump filter here. It looks pretty good. It looks relatively new, actually. I think if it was the original one, it'd be in worse shape than that. So whoever had it definitely took care of it. Either someone else got a hold of it, when they got rid of it, or maybe a couple of these things, they didn't know how to fix, or whatever the case may be. But, guys, when you're out there fixing your own equipment, there's some pride to that. And you accomplish some stuff, you figure out how to do some things, and you just learn in the process. And that's what it's all about. Whether it's running your lawn business, your landscape business, whatever the case may be, you figure out what it is that's not running right, and either you figure it out on your own or ask for help, or maybe you don't have the tools, or maybe you borrow the tools or buy the tools, whatever the case may be. Or maybe no one knows how to fix that and you're kind of left with it. Just maybe give it some time, come back to the next day and think about it with a fresh mind. Be like, oh, what if I did this? That might work. You know, so part of growing is part of the adventure, you know, in that. So that's what I like about these old saws is, you know, you get them that's, you know, may not be phenomenal, but when you get done with them, then they look really good and they run good. All right, so we got that bolt on there, so we're gonna go ahead and put our gasket back on. Fire this baby up. I want to make sure no one's sleeping in the house taking a nap, because they'll be awake. Or if it's time to get up and people won't wake up, you can just turn one of these on. You'll see what I mean. Alright. Alright, that's good sound. That was first pull. Maybe tighten this a little bit. Okay. Alright, so it's either flooding out or not getting enough fuel. I think it may be flooding out because I have that screw out quite a bit. So we're going to start all the way back to 0, which is, yeah, I might have had it out too much. You close it, then you open it up one full turn normally, but I'm going to start half because some of these older ones may be a little different. I think this sounds pretty good. Let's try that guy one more time, see if it starts up. On the whole carburetor thing, with the high and the low jets of the needles, I didn't take the carburetor apart because when I took it out of the box a couple days ago, it had fuel in it, but I dumped that out. And then I put some of the fuel I had in there. And I didn't think it was bad fuel because, you know, based on how clean everything was, I figured it was probably pretty current. And the guy did say it starts right up. So the high and the low screw needed to be adjusted. So normally what I do is I screw them all the way clockwise. That closes them jets. Okay. So basically, think of it this way. This is your jet where fuel goes in. You got this needle that goes here. Okay. So that's closed. All right. That's closed. No fuel can get in there. The fuel's coming down here. Okay, into the carburetor. So this is closed. You have one for high and you have one for low. So you turn them both clockwise so they shut off to where they're just closed. Okay, you don't need to be cranking it in there. You'll know when it's easy to turn and then it stops, it's closed. Okay, then you're going to counterclockwise one full turn, and that's going to pull it out a little bit. Okay, don't worry about the high. Keep that closed until you get the one that's the low taken care of. That's the one that's going to keep your engine running. So because the engine will run idle without the high open. The high can be closed. Okay, so then what you do, once you get it started, once you get it to fire, but it won't stay running, then try closing it back up, maybe a half turn. And so yesterday we played with it for about an hour, and I kept pulling it out, and this time I thought, you know what, let's put it all the way back in and pull it out just a half a turn. And as you can see, we did that, and it started right up. And then we just fine-tuned it from there to where it was, you know, it was like da 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 da, and then you want to get to where wah, then you adjust the idle down. So that's what I do. That may not be right. I don't know. I mean, those are just some tips I found online, and I've been doing them on all these chainsaws I've been working on. They've been working fine. So I think that may be somewhat true. So we're going to go and put this guy back together. We got the original McCulloch bar here, and the chain, I think it's an Oregon chain. You'll know when it's a McCulloch chain because they'll say McCulloch on it. This is Oregon, so this is Oregon chain. Nothing wrong with Oregon. Oregon makes some darn good stuff. So Oregon is partnered with a lot of different companies out there. So these are old McCulloch chainsaws. You can't, there's no distributors of McCullochs in the U.S. anymore. You can find their products online only and in the UK, and I don't think they ship overseas, but I could be wrong. I don't know why, you know, they stopped producing in Los Angeles, California. I have no clue. That was in the early 2000s, I believe, early to mid 2000s. I haven't been able to find out why. I've asked McCulloch, you know, online through Facebook Messenger, and they said they're locating that information to tell me, so I don't know. But anyways, they're incredible machines. You can buy them on eBay. You know, I just like these older ones. These newer ones, some of the differences, yeah, they're lighter, but if you want something that's going to be like a 54 cc's, you're going to be spending several $100s. A 54cc steel is going to be like $400 or $500. That's ridiculous when you can buy this for $200 shipped, and there's no plastic part on it, and that's the other cool thing. So I'm a big, you know, a vintage kind of guy. I like vintage tools and power saws, and they still operational. So this one's running. We're going to get the bar cleaned up, the chain put on, some bar and chain oil inside, and then this one's ready for the woods tomorrow. We're going to get you guys a video on that. And then we're going to start working on this, probably not that ProMac 1010 because that one needs to be cleaned up really bad. We're going to work on this other one. Let me show you real quick. One that's in really good shape. A lot of it is super clean too. I mean, the guy took real good care of it. And I have the original box. Let me show you. You guys might like this. Here's the original box. So I bought it on eBay. I think I paid $200. A little bit more maybe for shipping or something like that. And the original box. This one was shipped to a distributor, Lucky JT Distributing Company in Portland, Oregon. The address is 4445 Northeast Gleason Street, and it looks like the zip was 97213. So that's pretty awesome. So we're going to get this guy, that's the original McCulloch bar on there, and I don't know about the chain. Let me take a look. Probably so. Yeah, it's a McCulloch chain. I can see it stamped on there. So anyway, so we haven't fired this one up yet. We're going to get this one running after we put that one back together, and we'll take these two with us tomorrow, and then a couple of the other ones with us. So we are definitely excited about that. I appreciate you guys watching. I know it may be boring for some people. I don't know, the camera's bouncing. But, you know, we like to play with a lot of different power equipment and get stuff that maybe doesn't work right or stuff that may be broken that people are trying to get rid of, and do a video, get it going, get it cleaned up, figure out what's wrong with it, maybe buy some parts, get it running real good, use it, and then put it back out into the workplace for other people to use. So that's a lot of fun to do, especially in the winter time. Like we're approaching the fall now, things are slowing down, so we find stuff to stay busy. But anyways, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, definitely do so. We're putting up videos all the time. You can go in our playlist section, and there's a lot of different folders. And if you want to watch nothing but mowing, you can go to that. Nothing but trimming, you can go to that. Chainsaws, you can go to that. So we have a lot of different stuff. Some of the older videos we haven't put into those folders just because of the time it takes to go back to do all that. But moving forward, we'll do our best to put stuff in different folders so it's easier to get to. So when you're looking at that stuff, it's all relative to that video, what you're trying to watch. So like, comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate every one of you guys. The comments just keep pouring in. Everybody's so positive, and that's what we need. We need more of that going around for everybody. And I think if everybody subscribed to everybody else's channel, we'd all have millions of subscribers. I mean, think about it. So so you could subscribe to a channel and leave the bell notification off. So like there's some channels I subscribe to. I like the channel, but I don't want to know every notification that comes up, so I turn it off. And then if I want to see something, or every now and then it'll come up on a suggestion, or a YouTube recommends this for me to see, then I'll watch it. Or if I want to go back and see what they're doing and seen them in a while, I'll go over there and check them out. And not because I don't like their stuff, because my phone goes and I get tired of that happening. So I limit that. So you could subscribe to a channel, and then you can undo the bell, if you want. But anyways, I have that on some channels. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm Kevin with Texas Veteran Power Outdoors. We'll see you guys on the next one.